Hey, welcome everybody to Sports World Radio. Let's get it off started here with the music, and then I'll come back and tell you what the heck's going on with the show. Here we go.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Looking for the inside track on everything sports? You've come to the right place. Welcome to Sports World Radio, the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet with your hosts, Jeff Eskow and Elliot Big E Lomba.
Hey, welcome to Sports World Radio. That's right, we are here, kids. Welcome, one and all. We are live on Whoza.io. This is Sports World Radio. I am Jeff Eskow. Let's get all the particulars out of the way, and then we'll get on with the show. We do Sports World Radio each and every Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com, on Whoza.io, and wherever else you can find us. Follow us on SportsWorldRadio.com. Head on over there. Notification bar will come up in the middle of the screen on the top. Click allow so you never miss a Sports World Radio episode or a show. Follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. That's Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Also follow us on Twitter at Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Sports World Radio is brought to you by ProfessionalRecordingStudioEquipment.com. Head on over there, pick up your microphones, mic stands, pop filters, mic cords, anything you need at ProfessionalRecordingStudioEquipment.com. With all that being said, what do you say? Hey, we get the second half of Sports World Radio in here. The one, the only, Elliot Big E Lomba. What's going on, buddy boy? How you doing?
What's going on, Jeff?
Nothing much. How's everything going with you?
I'm doing good, man. Looks like the gang is slowly filing in.
Slowly filing in. Yeah. This is
to our new home.
Our new home on Whoza.
Here on.
I couldn't hear it.
We couldn't hear it?
No, we couldn't hear it.
Oh, no, that's not good.
No, we couldn't hear it.
Well, that's not cool.
Oh, I think you might have to press that button on that the old mixer there so we can hear it.
No, it shouldn't. I shouldn't have to. I can hear it.
I didn't hear it. Did any of you guys hear it, Humpies? I didn't hear it. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's. I just invited Scott the Sportsman in here. Let's get that rat bastard in here. I want to talk to him about his show last night. But this is our new home. What's up, buddy boy? How you doing?
Hey guys, how we doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
What's happening, Scott?
How's it going, pal?
Doing well, man. Doing well. New schedule started today. I've been home for an hour and a half. This is nice.
You like it, huh?
Yeah.
Man, check out these windows. They're huge.
I know, right? Nothing wrong with that.
Look, Scott, look.
You clean. Holy shit.
I told you I was gonna look at Elliot's moving in on his camera. I like that. I should do that to mine too. Press it one in.
No, I'm just trying to adjust my screen away from
the garbage.
Christopher, an act of God couldn't make me look better, so it's all good, brother.
Hey, yeah, it seems like the gang is slowly filing on in here. Let's tell everybody that we're live on Facebook, and we're live right now. Tell them all on Twitter and on Facebook. And we'll get this show going, man. We'll have some fun. These peeps in here. We'll have some fun. The opening show here on Who's Up? Sports World Radio. Huh? Hey, how'd it go for you last night there, Mr. Scott?
It went good, man. I didn't have any problems at all. I mean, we were on air for 2 solid hours with no issues. So you were talking to me earlier about having some issues. We didn't do any of the things that you guys said you did. Right. Nobody dropped out and come back in. We didn't do a share screen or nothing. So none of those issues popped up for us. It was just 2 solid hours of sports talk, and it had no problems whatsoever.
Right. Yeah, we had some issues last night.
Yeah, a couple technical glitches.
Yeah.
It started when I used the screen share.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could still happen. The reason we're not bringing in, is that your dog?
It's the neighbor's dog.
Oh,
And the microphone's pretty strong. It's sitting over here it's about 2 feet to my right. That's the microphone, man. I thank you again for the mic.
Ain't nothing you can do about the dog, man.
Nothing I can do about it, or the train for that matter when it comes by.
Oh boy, that ought to be fun.
That's all right. No big deal.
Yes, sir. There is something you can do about a dog.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to shoot.
I think I'm going to say the dog, dude. Why would I tell you to shoot the dog?
I'm not going to shoot the dog, Ellie. I know how you think. You're a Yankee fan. I know how you think. You're from New York.
You just throw him a little steak with some sleeping stuff in it, and he'll leave you. He'll be quiet for a while.
Right. Exactly.
But no, but we tried that, and that's why we kept. We told Scott that he wouldn't be in the room today because we wanted to make sure that Lance gets in here, so that it's not a situation where Scott leaves, the box turns black, and then when Lance comes in, it stays black.
Gotcha.
That's what happened last night. So, in order to recreate that, when Lance leaves, we're gonna see if the box turns black, and if it doesn't, then we're gonna invite somebody else in just to make sure that fourth spot gets filled.
I just sent the link to Lance, so let's hope that son of a bitch shows up.
Did he register?
I have no idea.
I sent them the information.
I have no idea.
I put it on the Sports World Maniacs thing, and I put it. I sent it to Messenger to everyone individually.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you can. And he also heard back from him too. How about that?
Did you get answer back to some of your issues, Elliot?
Yep. As a matter of fact, the live is when you go over 50. It's not 50 at one time. It's when you go over 50 is when the 25 cents kicks in or whatever.
So if people come in and out.
Well,
okay.
Live viewers are considered those that stay for a minute or longer.
Okay. What about Facebook Live?
Facebook Live does not count against the live.
Nice.
Right.
And of course, neither do watching the replay.
Okay.
So
it's not 50 a month; it's 50 at any time, right?
It's 50 each event.
Each event.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
You've got a 50 cap on each event.
Yeah, I'm working on that right now, Chris. Yeah, I'm working on that right now. Yeah, I just got to take the recording and put it on my S3 account, and then I'll put it on my website. Yeah,
we could download the show and then plug it up to the website after.
On my website. You bet. I'll do that all after I make dinner tonight. Okay, boys.
Yeah, there you go.
I know Josh signed up too. He actually subscribed to the show.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He was subscribed.
We had a lot of subscribers, which is good because that's the only way you can find out. Hey, did you check your email, Scott, to see if you got an email for the show?
I did get an email about 35 minutes before the show. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I got one about 6:25 last night for my show, so that's working just fine.
These cameras are a lot clearer than Blab, ain't they?
Yes, they are.
Night and day, man.
I'm sorry, a lot clearer than the old platform.
Yeah, which is still being advertised over your top of your head on the banner behind you.
Yeah. Well,
I got to go get some electrical tape or some black duct tape.
We're going to cover that up. Don't worry about
it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I could do this.
No, that's okay. You're fine.
Like this.
You can't see mine.
No, because your big shoulders are in the way. That's why.
I just won't move. That's all.
Yeah, but you won't be comfortable, so you might as well be comfortable.
Well,
you're better off slouching like you usually do.
Yeah, but you really, well, I do this so I can get close to the mic, but you really can't see it anyway. So what's the big deal?
Yeah, it is what it is.
I'm going to black tape it anyway. Next time I go to the store in Walmart, I'm going to buy me some thick 3-inch black tape.
Somewhere, some black duct tape. I just got to find it.
As I turn around,
I think it might be. There it is up there.
I turned around to Elliot and said, "Now we got to make new banners." He's like,
I'm kind of glad I didn't have you make me one, Elliot.
Well, actually, the banner, the way it is on the Sports World Radio page, worked out fine because it's just the four of us and the actual advertisement and time of the show.
Yeah.
So
did you get some good feedback from support with Huzzah?
Yeah, I mean, they answered my questions. Here, let me go back real quick.
We know this is a sports show, but this is the first show on the new format.
Yeah, this is going to be an impromptu telecast because, hey, there's Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
Hey, man.
You made it on, huh?
You made it over to the new platform, my friend. Welcome.
No doubt. This is where we'll be on Wednesday, broadcasting the draft order of our draft, which is 2 weeks. 2 weeks from this Thursday.
Correct. This is where we're at now. 2 weeks.
This is our new home. What do you think, Ronnie? What do you think about new home, man?
There's no time limit as far as broadcasts are concerned.
Nope. This ain't fire talk. Are you kidding me?
You saw the Facebook post about it. Cool. Well, that's working. If I really wanted to, I could put us on Facebook right now.
Oh, he saw the Facebook post that I sent out.
Right. Beautiful.
That's what it was.
Beautiful. Yeah. Plus, Ronnie, so people can go over to Sports World Radio's Facebook page and watch the show from there.
Lance is in the house, gentlemen.
Is he really?
Lance Brozdowski is
Lance is in the house. Yes, he is.
Is he really?
I see him.
Yep. Click on the eye with the number of viewers. You'll see who's in the room.
Oh, there's Mr. Lance.
Yes.
Well, why not? Let's bring him on in.
Come on, Mr. Lance.
See how it works.
I just invited him. Come on, Mr. Lance.
I just invited him to you.
Okay, cool. We'll see how it goes. See how that works. Hopefully, Scott will just slide either way and Lance will pop up. Because I got Scott sitting right in the middle on the bottom.
Scott's going to slide over to my side, probably.
We'll see how it goes. I got Elliot up by himself up top.
It says here that he declined to broadcast.
Oh, he's coming. Here he comes. Oh,
there he is.
There he is.
What's up, buddy?
What's up? How are you guys?
How do you like the new home?
Welcome to.
I was very confused as to what the hell I was doing right there, but
I know.
I like it. It's
come on, you're a college-educated man. You can handle it.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was trying to find like the call-in thing, and I didn't see it until you invited me. So that's cool. Though. I like it.
What do you mean you got no sound, Christopher?
On me or everybody?
I can hear him fine. I got no problem.
I can hear everybody.
If you can't hear everybody, Christopher, just refresh really quick, I'm guessing.
That's cool. How do you do that?
That's on his camera, his external camera.
This is my camera.
Okay. I thought it was just like a feature.
I'm trying to get it over to the other side.
Yeah, that's his camera. He's playing around with his camera.
I just want to make sure that I'm adjusted, but I don't think it works within this screen.
Yeah, so this is our new home there, Mr.
Hey, I don't mind it. It's cool. I've never heard of this before. Huh? Yeah.
Well, when we went down, when I found out that Blab went under, I notified. I was trying to figure stuff out, and while he was asleep, I kind of chimed in with a couple other people that are in our fantasy league, and it was actually Jeff Higgins that sent me the Huzzah.
Cool.
We were going to go with another place, but this place is $10 cheaper, so we came here.
Well, not just that, but the other place was more of a webinar site.
Right.
Okay.
For coaching and stuff like that.
Right.
I thought it was just a little too formal to say.
Right.
For any
yeah, and then we
anything
found
that's
this.
not a professional broadcast.
This costs you can have a free account, Lance. On
Yeah.
But to broadcast,
he already.
To broadcast 4 like this, it's $15 a month.
How is that compared to Blab? Did you have to pay or no?
No,
Blab was free.
No, Blab was free, but
That was kind of beta for a while, right?
they're no longer. They never went out of beta.
They were beta for a year. They never went out of beta.
Right.
I read their message on their site, and it seems like they're going to start building off a different kind of platform that's kind of just community as opposed to like broadcasting. So
Right. And the other reason why we came to this site is because all I got to do is click a button, and we can put this on FB Live, Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah, that's huge. Is that running right now?
No, I don't have it on. No, I didn't do it.
You should definitely do that.
We're gonna run a test broadcast before we actually go live.
Because here at $15 a month, you're only allowed to have 50 viewers per show.
Okay.
But if you put it on Facebook Live, those viewers who are watching on Facebook Live, they don't count against the viewers in here.
50 live viewers.
Right, 50 live viewers. Right.
Okay. Cool.
We have 6 of right now. So we're allowed to have 40.
When's the last time you had 50 viewers? When you were on the front page of Blab?
That's it.
Exactly.
That's why I wasn't worried about it.
I'm not worried about it either because the sports nerds on Sunday nights, we never have more than maybe 12 or 15 people in there anyway. So, if I get more than 50 viewers, I'm gonna bump up. I'm gonna bump it up at that point. But no, I mean it's not worth it.
Right, and we can.
And
we can share a screen here too, Lance. So.
Oh, okay. Cool. As in, like, if I have like a YouTube thing uploaded.
We could do a screen share without having to have somebody back out. Okay.
Yeah, because the screen share takes up the whole.
It takes up the whole screen.
I see, and you could talk over it probably, right?
Talk over it, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Hey, I like that feature.
Yeah, they don't have video sharing yet.
Not yet, but you can share it. You can share it off of your.
Yeah, I could share it off of my screen and press my button, and you guys would be able to get the video through.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Right. So we could do that. So that's one of the reasons why we chose this place. It was $10 cheaper, and they got the Facebook Live.
Cool. I mean, the Facebook Live thing. That's.
I just like the interface and the layout myself.
Right.
Yeah, it looks cool too. The wide angle, a little bit clearer. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, we do. We don't talk soccer here, do we, guys? Do we ever talk soccer on this show?
See, my nephew Ronnie, he's a.
We talk soccer.
He's a soccer referee.
Okay, well that's good for him. I'm happy for him.
He refs soccer all the time.
But we bring Lance on for the baseball. Cleveland Indians get the best record in the American League, my friend.
They do, yes.
Congrats to your Cardinals on that win last night.
That was huge. Piscotty, that was a huge home run.
Has Lance been ducking us since Houston has taken a bit of a slide?
Yes. I was on last week, and we did reference that for a bit and talked about how Mariners have kind of jumped over
right.
them.
I couldn't be out last week. It was my son's birthday.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that. Happy birthday to him. But, they're 4.5 out, the Astros. I still think they have a shot. I mean, they're going to linger. I don't think anything's set in stone in either of those wild cards, really. I mean, it's going to be close. It's going to come down to the final couple weeks. I mean, I just still feel like the Astros haven't hit the hot streak yet, as I do feel with a couple other teams that haven't done it yet. You know, Detroit's kind of seems to be in theirs right now. Baltimore, Boston, Toronto seem to have been that the whole season. Cleveland has been good all season. Texas has been good all season. Seattle's kind of in that hot streak right now. I don't know how long it's going to last for them. I don't think they have too much pitching depth, especially since they traded away Miley. And you jump over to the NL, Dodgers are looking great. I think they kind of have that locked down. St. Louis is kind of jumping around in and out. They don't really seem to be too consistent. They have some prospects coming up now. I'm very interested to see how they go in the next couple of weeks, honestly, being a fan and all. But, I mean, Miami, there's a couple avenues. I see Stan is hurt down here. He's out for the season towards quad or pulled his quad. I saw it play, too. I was watching it. Dave Robertson was closing. It was a Saturday night game. And he bloops the ball into right and turns. And the initial thought was that his cleat grabbed on the ground, but he just straight pulled his groin, which is just I mean, at this point, it just seems to be recurring for him. And I was talking to my dad earlier. It's just I don't know how much you can trust him as being a franchise player. Because he seems to this is the thing. He has the most prodigious power in the sport. He doesn't have a 40 home run season. So, I mean, to what extent do you say that he's not the best power hitter in the game anymore? You know, he's getting on base, but it's through pure walks. He doesn't work walks. All right, for the Marlins SB Nation site, like I've seen a lot of the games, and I mean, I'm soured on him almost to some extent. And I mean, looking forward to 2017 and fantasy drafts. I mean, everyone's at this point looking at how far he's going to go down. Like they're talking third, 30th overall, 40th overall. They're not even talking about him in the top 10 anymore. Because I mean, at some point, you can't keep paying for this. You can't keep paying for him to go out. He's finished the last 3 seasons on the DL. I mean, sure, the fastball to the face was a freak accident, but his lower half seems to be something that is continually torn or whatever. I mean, it's a kind of annoying. It's a pain because, I mean, you could tell I'm a little bit slow watching him hit. He's unbelievable when he's on fire, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, how old is he? He's probably 25-ish, and this is his injury history so far. It's almost like, I mean, the comp is a little bit off, but it's just, he reminds me of Grady Sizemore so much, you know? Just the talent is there, and he does all these feats that everyone looks at and just goes crazy for, but he hasn't put it together. I mean, I would argue that, and I will argue that. I understand he's the fastest to however many home runs. He's 26 years old. I mean, he's got 3-4 years in a prime. And I mean, I could see it happening. I mean, I'd love to see him prove me wrong. You know, if he and either figures out a way to stay healthy or figures out a way to just keep the same approach all year, which he couldn't do this year. I'd probably buy back in. And I mean, I don't think it's going to take a lot for anyone to buy back in on him just because the talent's so good. But this is a bad note to go out on. Honestly, I don't think it hurts the Marlins as much as a lot of people think. And I mean, I've seen a lot of posts that are like, don't count out the Marlins and such. But he hasn't done that much for this team this year, if you think about it from a greater aspect. He's batting .244. He's got a .329 OBP. Sure, he's got 25 home runs, 70 RBIs. A lot of that came in the first half. He had a 3-month stretch where he couldn't do anything. Time. He's basically like a glorified Miguel Sano, honestly. And if you look at the stats, they're eerily similar. Stan walks a little bit more power. Can argue a little more consistent, probably a better fielder. But I mean, you basically have a $125 million Miguel Sano, and Miguel Sano, as everyone knows, has been talked about going back to the minors just because he strikes out so much. And I'm very interested to see where it goes. But I honestly don't think that. I think the bigger problem with the Marlins is Jose Fernandez, not Giancarlo Stanton. And I'm sure. I mean, there's no doubt it would have helped them going down the stretch if he was healthy, but he's not. So now you have a lineup with Yelich and Ozuna, which is still I mean, this may seem kind of crazy, but he's almost an NL MVP candidate at this point. Kid's unbelievable. He gets on base all the time. He's got base hit numbers are out of this world. His defense is fantastic, you know, and D. Gordon can't play in the postseason. So, I mean, as far as the Marlins World Series hopes, I think this is kind of the nail in the coffin, and especially with all the rumors around Fernandez not being able to – they're skipping him and stuff. But I think Fernandez is the bigger battle with this team, and I think a lot of people are going to look at. So I'm interested to see what you guys think on it, but that's my take.
Well, you know, there was also that rumor for about 2 minutes about them trying to pick up, you know. But it's a National League team. They've got 2 American League Series left, one of which is away against the Indians. He's not going to be able to handle playing third base on a full-time basis in a National League team. No, he's not going down there. And I guess his people also released a statement saying he has no interest in going to the Marlins or playing the rest of the season. Yeah. So, you know, those rumors were just stupid from the get-go. You can't. I mean, Stanton, his biggest problem has and always will be injuries. And you know,
I mean, it's kind of crazy to think that he'd even go to the NL, in my opinion.
Yeah. So. They beat the Indians in the World Series.
That was 20 years ago, Elliot.
So what?
And that's because Jose Mesa's a punk. That's why they went. That's why, because he couldn't throw his way out of a wet paper bag in that series. Right. I didn't think. You know, I was nervous. I actually was going, "Oh God, we're going to lose this game because Jose Mesa's on the mound." Well, sure enough, here we go. So either way, you know, Stanton has proven that he's not reliable. He's great in home run derbies, but he's not reliable during the season because he's liable to get hurt.
Which is why I always question that $350 million contract.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
For 10 years. For 10 years. They obviously didn't learn on hey, Derek Laughlin is in the house.
Wow.
So they obviously didn't learn you know, from past experience.
I just sent him a message on Facebook and said if he's at home doing nothing, he's got time, come check out the new format.
Hell yeah. What's going on, Derek? What do you think of our new home, man?
Nice, huh? Yeah, this is it, buddy.
Yep. Well, that gets you all set up for tomorrow's show, Derek.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday, yep.
Oh, today's Monday. What am I thinking?
I don't know.
We got him locked in for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Trying to see. Nick hasn't really signed up yet, but hopefully he will by then.
Yeah, you never know with that guy.
I know, man. He's like that unicorn. No wonder he's always talking that unicorn.
Take that guy Mark.
Yeah.
He's like that Indians fan.
I'm as dependable as butter on bread, brother. I'm
All
always
right,
here.
Derek has confirmed that Nick knows all about the new platform and will be here on Wednesday.
Awesome.
Oh, great.
Cool.
Great. We'll see how long it takes you two guys to figure out how to get into this show.
Well, now Nick's the tech guy.
It shouldn't be
Garrett
too
got so
hard.
much.
Yeah, they should be fine. How hard was it for you, Lance?
No, I just followed the link Jeff sent me on Twitter. So
Hey, Lance.
I was
Lance.
jumped right in.
Who's
Yeah.
sleeping in the background?
That's his dad.
Sleeping? Oh, it's my dad. He's watching
Dad's
the Yankee game.
I thought he was sleeping.
He's not sleeping. No,
I was gonna tell you to bring the mic
He got-
closer. I
he
wanted to
got
hear him
up.
snore.
He got
Oh,
up. He probably.
Oh,
What
look,
are you
look
gonna
at
do?
him.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. That's great.
Oh my God, he's a Philly fan. Yes.
He's going to put the Phillies jersey on, too.
Yeah,
isn't he?
no,
Is he
it's
going to put it
great.
on?
He's putting the jersey. Yeah, who knows what he's doing behind Lance?
What jersey?
He put it up behind Lance, but Lance is hiding the jersey.
I know,
We
yeah,
can't see
right
it.
there, right?
Perfect. Excellent. Way to go.
What jersey is it?
Phillies?
What
Is it Phillies at the double A? No,
It's a Phillies jersey.
the
Yeah.
regular jersey. Yeah.
All right, Lance, you got the man bun going on again. Are you hot out there? Is that what the
Oh,
problem is?
it's
Is it
humid.
hot?
Yeah, this is rough
Okay.
week. Yesterday was brutal. Today was brutal. I'm just waiting for it to cool down. So
Hey, don't be
I'm
hating.
still
You
in
really
lazy
get mad,
summer
but-
mode. So
You're going to be cutting that hair pretty soon, aren't you?
yeah, I'm gonna trim it up a bit. I don't know how short, but that's still mulling over in the head. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's
What's the new job say? You got to have it cut.
Right?
You got to have it cut down.
They haven't told me, but I got to be a little more kept than this. This has been just kind of going crazy for a bit. We'll see. We'll see.
That's funny.
Oh well, you know.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I was going to talk about what was I going to talk about? A-Rod's ceremony on Friday.
Oh yeah. I actually didn't see. I saw his games in Fenway. I didn't see any of his stuff Friday. But I knew he faced off against Archer. They didn't play. He got denied to play the field. And did he double or he went one for something, right?
He doubled in his first at bat.
Yeah.
Didn't do much the rest of the way. He did play
Sure.
third base, I think, in the ninth.
Yeah, and then
the
they
end of the
pulled
game,
him.
yeah.
They do that to tendon with guys who are retiring or trade or whatever. So I
Yeah.
saw that too. I
Now,
saw the little
let me-
away whatever, but
Where do you stand on as far as saying, you know what? Why didn't the Yankees just let him finish out the season and try to get those last 4 home runs?
I'm on the side of I like what they did because I think that they're finally standing their ground on finally being a team. And they bring up Aaron Judge and Tyler Austin and they hit back-to-back home runs and when was the last time that anyone in New York was excited about a prospect? I can't even
Right.
I don't even know. Luis Severino kind of last year,
Well,
but
Powers
but-
came out like hotcakes on over the weekend. He was hitting home runs in back-to-back games. I think it was Powers that had the back-to-back games of home runs, wasn't it? Or was it the other kid?
Aaron Judge you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about Eric. No, I'm
Aaron
talking about Austin. I'm sorry, Austin.
Tyler Austin had one. Yeah, he had the one, and it was a Yankee Stadium. He got off and barely got off. And he's a good player. If you look at his minor league stats, he's a high OBP guy, makes contact, gap power, doubles. But the prospect that the premier prospect of this is Judge because of his power. Yeah. He's got. I mean, that shot to center field is a prime example of it. He does strike out a lot. He cut down on a lot of it this year. I'm pretty sure he cut it probably by about 8% or so, which is fantastic in the minor leagues. I can check his stats. He had a crazy tear. I think it was, I want to say, maybe end of June in AAA, where he just destroyed the ball. Yeah, he cut his strikeout rate by 5% from 2015 to 2016, which is that's what you want to see. An example. Joey Gallo is a little bit more pure power, but Judge's power is this. He's a 25 to 35 home run guy, probably at his peak.
Yeah.
Maybe he could get up a little bit more. I mean, he's in a good system to learn from some of those guys. I think Teixeira can still teach him a bit in his last couple months. And he's going to take the reins on this team, I think. Him and Clint Frazier, when Clint Frazier comes up next year, I think that he's going to be impressive. And the thing is, too, talking to Buddy is a huge Yankee fan, and he's like, hey, I was really excited to see Judge and Austin this weekend and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, but I mean, think of it this way too: Gleyber Torres and Clint Frazier are right now can come up and look at the buzz they started. Right. I mean, I don't think there's any dispute that Frazier and Gleyber are probably more highly touted, probably a little bit higher ceiling than these two, and they both come up and they play great. It's like I can't imagine what happens when Frazier and Torres come up. You know, it's great. It's a fantastic sign for the Yankees, and I mean, they need a little pitching here and there. Dylan Tate should be fine. They got the Justice Sheffield kid, but I like going back to what the question was on A-Rod. I mean, I like what they did. There's really no point. I think the 4 home runs, if he gets to 700, it's still tainted. I mean, there's still going to be people who go crazy for that ball, you know, and it's going to be shown. They're going to bat to watch this and watch that. You know, tune in like we're doing with Ichiro. Tune in for Ichiro's 3,000. They're going to do that for A-Rod 700, but it's just the celebration round. It's going to be like 20 minutes, you know, no one's really going to care, honestly. I mean, if you're a diehard Yankee fan, you really liked A-Rod when he was young and you kind of forgive him for what he did, which is a lot of people that I just don't think do, then you'll probably feel a lot more amicable to him as he goes through this stuff. But I like what they did. I'm completely fine with them putting their foot down and saying that the 4 home runs really don't matter, you know, and we'll see where he goes. I think it's just better he sticks around and kind of just fades away, and hopefully it doesn't turn into like a Pete Rose or Kurt Schilling where he just needs attention all the time.
He's not that type of guy. I don't picture him being that way.
No. I don't either.
You think it's key though that the Steinbrenners, rather than just flat out releasing him and sending him on his way, offered him a position within the organization? Yeah.
I think that they didn't want to create. I don't think they wanted to burn a bridge, I think is the main thing. They offered this. The team probably offered it straight up. A-Rod probably wanted to play the rest of the season. But, I mean, he was probably nagging Girardi so much or whatever that the front office was just like, hey, look, we'll give you this job. We'll pay you your next year's salary, but you're not going to play, you know? And, I mean, as much as Girardi's getting ripped in the media, like, I don't think I've disagreed with anything he said in any of the interviews I've heard with him, you know? Like, he's said everything beautifully, I think. Like, he's here to win games. Like, as much as everyone's already writing the Yankees out, like, they're still only, what are they, 5.5, probably 4.5 or something?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And like, yeah, it's tough ground to make up in 2 months, but and I really don't think they have the pitching to do it. But, I mean, it's Girardi's job is still to win games. Like, he's not just writing off the rest of the season, you know? And I agree with what he's saying. Like, I mean, like, he denied his right to play third because he didn't want to game and have a guy who's in there who's going to be a more productive third baseman. And it just makes sense to me. And, I mean, the media's got to always play on something, so that's why they're doing all this. But I agree with everything the Yankees have done front office-wise in the last 2 months, and I don't think I'd ever say that.
Plus, you can't get beat getting paid $27 million to be a consultant next year. So, I mean,
exactly, yeah.
You know,
no, that's a very expensive consultant.
It is a very expensive consultant, yeah.
Oh, for one season, anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like you get paid $1 million a year for 30 years.
Right, yeah, a.k.a. Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, guy's still being freaking paid.
Right, A-Rod's getting the lump sum settlement.
Unbelievable.
Which is only what was owed to him, right? Basically.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that they didn't, like, totally diss him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had almost every right to do so after he sued the team, sued the lawyers, sued the Major League Baseball. I mean, he's suing everybody but his mother. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So he has a little Trump blood in him. Big deal.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of faded away from that to some extent, though, you know, with what he's done in the last. How much everyone hates him, it doesn't really want to make that worse, so.
Right.
Some people just go litigation crazy sometimes. Okay.
They do, yeah.
That's the society we're in these days, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like when somebody sue them.
Pretty much.
That's what we live in nowadays.
That's right. Even if you're right or wrong, sue them.
Hey,
let them countersue. And then you'll countersue. You'll be countersuing for the rest of your life.
Jesus.
How you doing?
Yeah, Kevin made it in the house, huh? Right on.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, he just
Nice.
finished telling me he signed into, or he created his account. So I sent him the link to come on in.
Excellent.
What do you think of the layout, Kevin? Look pretty good.
This is the new home for now.
This is our new home until they decide to shut down and we move somewhere else.
This is the time since Elliot's been with Sports World Radio that he had to make a transition from one platform to another. I was telling Elliot earlier today, this is my 9th.
Jesus.
That's okay. I don't want to make that many transitions.
It's old hat for me.
So what else we got going on in the world of
Hey, Lance.
Yeah.
Lance, I see this article right here. Why did the Tigers reject the Red Sox request to change the game time? Why are the Tigers being such a bitch?
When was this? I didn't hear about
Red Sox
this.
have a game in Baltimore the night before they got to play the Red Sox. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Red Sox have a game in Baltimore the night before they got to play the Tigers in 110 on Thursday. So they got a Wednesday night game and then they got a Thursday afternoon.
I see.
They got to travel. And Red Sox asked Detroit to change the time, the game of the time, and Detroit said no.
Detroit said no
Because Detroit wants the advantage. They want the Red Sox to be tired.
I don't blame them for saying no, not at all.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
They're not being bitches about it. I mean, maybe the Red Sox are being bitches about it, but you know what? You play the schedule as it's scheduled, so to speak. You know, not to be redundant.
Yeah.
Red Sox have a night game in
I didn't know about this.
before the 110 game Thursday opener in Detroit. The Boston Red
Sleep
Sox
on the plane. Sleep, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Really?
Beautiful, a brutal turnaround coming up later this week. They have to play the finale of a 2-game set against the Baltimore Orioles at 7 p.m. Wednesday, then fly to Detroit and play a 1:10 p.m. game against the Tigers at Comerica Park. So sorry, suck this. You knew it was coming.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to start the same catch. They're probably going to sit a lot. I mean, they'll be fine. That's no big deal. What's the pitching matchup? Is it tough? Do they got to face doesn't even say. Yeah.
But the Baltimore game is more of a matchup.
Bryce Tillman. That's a really good matchup.
Well, the Baltimore game for me is more of the matchup than Detroit because they're trying to catch Baltimore in their division.
True, yeah. I mean, Detroit's hanging around the wild card. They're only 2 games back of the Sox, too.
You play all your guys against Baltimore, and then you play your backups in the first game against Detroit. What's the big deal?
But isn't Detroit chasing Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Cleveland lost today, by the way, to the Red Sox.
Yeah, they did lose to Boston today.
That was a makeup game today, I think, too, right?
Yeah, Scott may get the double whammy today because the Rays are losing to the Padres right now.
Oh, yeah, well, it's the Rays.
Home run.
Even the Padres are better than the Rays at this point. Come on.
Okay, Scott, you said it. The Padres picked up Luis Sardinas today from Seattle.
Who? Ray Ordonez? What?
No, Luis Sardinas.
Middle infielder, yeah.
A shortstop.
I was going to say, Ray Ordonez? Was he a coach?
Yeah, a shortstop. Solidify their shortstop position for a player to be named later. The Padres will send that Matt Kent money that they're getting to Seattle for that little dude. Right?
Yeah.
Sardinas
isn't that good. He's a glove. But
that's what they need. They need a glove or shortstop. They don't need a bat. They need a glove.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he'll do that. I mean, I don't really know what you want. He's not going to be that much of an impact player. It's Luis Sardinas. He's probably like a career 220 hitter.
Yeah, they suck anyway. So
right. Well.
Yeah,
they don't suck as bad as the Rays.
Looks like Jeff's connection's kind of choppy.
Here we go. You guys got career WAR and negative defensively. He's never had a positive defensive year with the glove, according to Fangraphs.
Really?
So he didn't even get a defensive wizard up. I don't know why they picked him up, honestly. Rosales is probably better. Adam Rosales is probably a better glove. So I got the stats right here on Fangraphs if you want to check them out.
Yeah.
I believe. I mean, Fangraphs has a lot of valuations on stuff. So.
Well, no, he's not. They picked him up for his glove, not his bat.
Yeah, but he's a negative defender. He's not even an above average defender.
Well, what they had here now is better. It's better than what they have. I'll tell you that right now.
Adam Rosales, I mean, I can't disagree with that. Yeah, Adam Rosales has been actually a better defender. That's pretty funny. What are the Padres doing?
Lance, are you going to be here for the draft, NFL draft, September 1st?
Yeah, of course. That's the big day. I don't think I'll be here Wednesday. I want to know that. I want to see the draft order. Shoot me a Twitter message when you find out it.
We're taking off the 31st. No show.
Okay, no, I'm saying like this Wednesday though. Are you guys doing the draft order?
No.
I saw that somewhere.
No. I don't know.
That
31st is a Wednesday, right?
Yeah, but like when is that when the draft order comes out?
No.
Okay. Shoot me a message on what my slot is, or post in the Facebook group, Elliot, and just throw out the order.
I'm gonna post up the order in the Facebook.
Cool. Okay, that's all I was asking about. I'll be here.
So we're doing the draft order on Wednesday, right?
Trust me, dude. When it comes to keeping you guys informed, you'll be informed.
Good stuff. Sounds good.
That's what fine. I do in my other league. I always keep them informed on the Facebook page.
Awesome.
All inclusive, people. All inclusive. That's how I roll. So, what milestone is Loan seeking?
Oh yeah, I saw this. He wants to beat every team in the majors. Correct? He hasn't beaten the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna get it tonight. I'm sorry.
So if he beats the Diamondbacks tonight, he's beaten every single major league.
Every team in baseball.
Diamondbacks
are the only team he hasn't beaten.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he's been worse on the road. That's a hitter's ballpark. He's facing Robbie Ray. The Mets have a bad lineup. I think those four things that kind of spell a classic Bartolo blow up. But you never know. I mean, he's done crazier things. He shut down some pretty good lineups this year, which I.
We got two crappy teams on TV, the Rays and Padres.
There you go.
Yeah.
And they even rhyme. Rays and Padres.
It's 1-0 Padres, the bottom of the first already.
Well, that's what I said like 5 minutes ago. You're a little late on the draw there, Jeff. And I'm the older one too.
Yeah, we'll see. That'll be interesting. But that's a 9:40 start. I get that in my market over here, so I might turn that on for a sec. I'll predict a Diamondbacks blowout win, but we'll see.
Wow.
Garbage.
Well, yeah, obviously because they moved down in power rankings and the Yankees moved up.
Really? Power rankings, yeah. Classic. Yeah, but I mean, they got Robbie Ray going. Mets don't hit lefties loud. Robbie Ray K's a lot more people than people think. Too many things, I'd say, going against the Mets. But, I mean, it's a cool feat, though. It'd be sick to see him get it. I mean, I would be interested more so in a classic, like Bartolo barely gets through 5 innings, gives up like 7 runs, but somehow still gets the win. That'd be so funny to me. I think that's actually what I might be rooting for more so than him just flat out winning the game and throwing a gem. And then like a 10-7 game, the Mets hold on, and Bartolo gets the win in like a 4-hour game. That'd be awesome. And he gets a hit in it too. That'd be great.
And he'll be back at the hotel, so he can't celebrate his milestone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Boy, the Houston team really fell off the freaking pace of the wild card. Even.
Yeah, they're down there. They're still lingering. Correa's heating up finally, which will probably pull up all his draft stock in fantasy leagues next year. They'll be okay. I actually going off the Astros. Cardinals are interested. Marlins are interested. I don't really understand that. He's not anywhere near the 40-40 guy he used to be, 30-30. And I would not want him as a Cardinal fan. And I would be appalled if the Cardinals pick him up. He's not a good – I mean, he's just a hothead. Like, he's been that everywhere he's gone. He's not good anymore. He's always injured. He doesn't play good defense. Like, it's just be an odd move. And I think that a lot of these – you'll see a lot – I mean, this happens all the time during trade deadline season is guys just get linked to teams that they seem to fit with. So the Cardinals have a couple injuries, and they need an outfielder, which I kind of disagree with. I don't think they need an outfielder. They have a lot of depth. But I would if I had to bet on whether Mozeliak is actually pursuing Carlos Gomez or is chuckling at the reports that they're pursuing him, I would bet he's chuckling at the reports that they're pursuing him. But it seems, I mean, it's a classic Marlins move right there. If they want another 210 bat in their lineup, middle of the order, they'll bat him second with something stupid. Oh God, I would not pick him up if I was any team. That's just terrible. He's going to cost too much. He's not good anymore. So many red flags. I don't get it. I'd rather bring up a guy from the minors.
Ray's got the bases loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, I'm streaming that right here.
Right? Yeah.
Duffy at the plate.
Story with Duffy, actually. He was in the Matt Moore trade that went back to San Fran, and he has a cat that's like really fat, apparently. My buddy was telling me this, and the cat can't come to Florida because it's too humid for the cat, and they're afraid it won't be able to breathe.
Yeah.
How hilarious is that? I was dying when I read the article. So he's got a cat in San Fran, and I guess they're leaving him there. It's just so funny. But thought it was hilarious. But the cat's just like massive, like it looks like a small, or actually a large dog. So a little funny. Yeah. No wrong with cats, but it was funny. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how this. I mean, wild card's tough. It's going to come down to the wire here, and a lot of teams. I mean, I don't think too much has really changed since the last time we talked. It's just been AL East has been a complete flip flop. The Tigers are still in there. Yankees are only 5 back. We'll see. You know, that's those same 5 teams, are still hunting for that second NL wild card. The Rockies getting swept by the Phillies was a huge blow. I was talking them up last Monday. I'm team for a bit, but I was hoping to see them do something, and I mean, they still think they have the lineup to do so, but that's a tough series to go into Philly and get swept. Their pitching just collapsed, kind of, and they're 2-8 in their last 10. I mean, that's tough. If they just go like 5-5 in their last 10, they win 2 of those games, 3 of those games. They're only probably about 4 back, and they're lingering just about as how well the Mets have been playing.
The Yankees are only half a game behind Houston.
Yeah, I know. That's the crazy thing. It's kind of insane, yeah.
Lance,
there's still time. I'm not going to jump off the boat of them making the playoffs. I think they still got a shot, but it's going to be a lot tougher than I thought it would be 2 months ago, just because of the talent atop these 4 teams here in the world.
They're currently behind by 4.5.
Yep.
They would have to leap over Seattle and Detroit.
Yeah, which I think they could leap over Seattle. I still don't trust Seattle, but Detroit, I think is made to
and Boston on top of that.
And then then the whole AL East basically, it's Toronto, Baltimore, Boston. Like I don't think 2 teams are going to get it from the AL East, but you never know. No. I think it's going to be 1-1.
Cleveland, Texas, all time.
If I had to guess right now, I think the Sox get in. I think Toronto might fall out. If I had to guess right now, I'd say Baltimore wins the division, Boston, Detroit playing game, and that'll probably be in Boston, which would be. I mean, come on, the storyline there. David Price starting at home at Fenway against the Tigers. Come on, that would be unbelievable. I would love that. And then the NL. Let's hope for a Cardinals St. Louis one and get Kershaw back on the mound for the play-in. Cardinals hammer Kershaw in his career. Oh, that'd be fun. Playing games. I'm gonna root for that.
There's a pipe dream for you.
Yeah, both of them. I don't want one or the other one both. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I mean, my World Series bets too. Those have been in the back of my mind too. I mean, I had Nats Tigers has been my World Series, so I'm still rooting for that. That looks decent. And then my other 2 wildcard teams were who'd I have? Pirates and White Sox. So the White Sox are pretty much out of it. They were really hot to start the year, and that looked real good. And the Pirates still lingering 1.5 back. They have actually still a sneaky shot to get in if McCutchen can do anything better than he's put together so far. I mean, they got the pitching. Garrett Cole's been a really weird enigma this year. He's a fantastic breakout last year, and this year he can't put it together. But I mean, they got Jameson Taillon, who's been fantastic. A couple other guys who might be able to eat some innings. So it's tough. It's going to be these wildcard races are very interesting to me. I think the division winners are kind of 5 of the 6 are set in stone, aside from the AL East. But maybe you can see the Dodgers maybe making a jump over San Fran too. That'd be interesting.
Here's a picture of the attendance in Tampa tonight against the Padres.
Oh yes, can't wait.
Hang on. There. Dickie V posted the picture.
Oh, it's gonna be like silent there, isn't it?
There's still some seats available.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Is that like awful or what? That's typical Tampa Bay
Does Dickie V have nothing better to do than go to that game? Like, you couldn't think of a better game than that? Like, come on.
Well, there's no basketball going on unless he wants to go home and watch Olympic basketball. So why not? You know.
Maybe he'll find a diaper dandy while he's there.
Yeah.
Right?
That's unbelievable.
Well, Dick, he lives in the area, so I mean that's why he does that.
Right.
He's a big supporter of the Tampa teams, Buccaneers, Lightning, the Rays. He's a big supporter. Yeah, that's about typical for a Tampa night game, especially since it's the Padres. So yeah, I mean, if you had the Yankees in town or the Red Sox in town, it'd be different. But
sure,
it's the Padres.
Yeah,
it's the Padres. So.
Man.
And then again, it'd be packed for Boston or New York, and probably 2/3 of the fan base would be Red Sox or Yankees.
You guys in St. Louis might be a little hard pressed to make the playoffs.
How so?
Well, I mean, you're right in the middle of 1, 2, 3, 4 possible teams that could take 2 wild-card spots. So that's not actually being in the catbird seat.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, Colorado fell very quickly. I thought they were in the mix of just a week ago, in my opinion, and they're kind of teetering now. But I mean, I'll make the case for the Cards. I mean, they got depth, and you've shown that even with every injury. You got Adams on the deal, you got on the DL, but they still have the depth to be a successful team. I mean, they have the pitching depth, which is something I don't think any of these other teams have. Honestly, Phelps is just struck out the side in Cincinnati. He's kind of come out of nowhere. He was in the pen for a while, and with Miami. Excuse me, I'm jumping over to Miami. But I'm still all the time. I've been very, very confused with what to do with that Fernandez situation. I think that's just going to kill them down the stretch when they need to make spot starts and skip him. Like you're a half game out right now. Like you need Fernandez every 5th day, and like if they do that, they're not going to have him for the postseason. And then when they get into the postseason, they're also not going to have. It sucks because I've been following Miami for a bit, but with Stan down, and everything in them is just crumbling right now. Casher had a terrible start over the weekend. The really only good thing is like Tom Coulter's pitched fantastic over his last couple games. He's one of the better sliders in all of baseball. No one really knows that, but man, they've come out of nowhere. I think if I had to guess, I think it comes down to St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and the Mets. I think that the Mets are going to charge back when they get Cespedes back. He seems to always provide a spark for that team. He's been hurt. DeGrom's been pitching out of his mind, and I think this is what everyone saw. I know questions asked, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Syndergaard has not been nearly as good, but Matt's pitched a great game over the weekend.
With as bad as the Mets have been looked at doing so far this season, they're only 2 games behind. 2 games behind in the loss column to St. Louis.
I know, and imagine if that staff was healthy for, I mean, even a couple games more than they were this year altogether. Like if Harvey didn't go through this, if Max didn't have that elbow problem, if DeGrom didn't start off very slow, which he did, this team would be probably a 65-win team to that second wild card. Like it's just they've crumbled down, and I mean you got to give them a lot of credit for lingering around 500 with all the medical problems they've had. They really have no offense.
Didn't Syndergaard get hurt? Syndergaard got hurt, right?
He has a bone spur too, yeah. But he's been pitching through it, and I mean, he's had the most ill effects from it. His last 5 games have not been good, and I've watched him, and there's a very simple formula. You work the count because he throws a decent amount of balls, and you steal on him, and you can beat Noah Syndergaard. And I mean, of all, like he's a fantastic pitcher. Don't get me wrong, and I mean, I wouldn't doubt if in a couple of years he's right on the top tier of like the Klubers and the all those. He has some blatant flaws in his game, which I don't think a lot of people know for other pitchers. Like Kershaw doesn't have any blatant flaws, Bumgarner doesn't have any blatant flaws, but Syndergaard has blatant flaws. You run at him and he worked the count. He throws his last 6 games. I'm pretty sure he's been at 100 pitch count in about the 5th inning. And the Mets don't have a deep bullpen. Like they have Edison Reed and they have Jarius Familia, and that's it. So
got that scouting report down on Syndergaard, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You look at the last 4 box scores for him, and I guarantee there's more than 3 stolen bases against him in each of them. It's just you just run all over him. Like just work the count, get on, and run all over him. It's unbelievable. And all the men, he just takes so long to get to the plate. Rene Rivera has been catching him, who is actually pretty decent with the glove and throwing guys out. But man, it's just been tough. I just don't know. with him, and I'd really like to see him pitch well because I want to see him in the postseason in a kind of key situation. But I mean, I'm honing in. I'm almost knocking the Marlins off. I know they're only half out, but I just don't think they're going to linger. I bet in a week's time you'll see Cardinals right there, Pittsburgh right there, and Mets right there, and I bet Miami falls. It's about right above Colorado. Unfortunately, they got a series coming up in Cincinnati. I mean, maybe they'll stick it together, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, the Cards are not sure. In no way are any of these 4 teams a shoo-in for that second wild card right now. It's so close. It's very, very close. We'll see.
Yeah.
Very hard to predict these last couple weeks,
It's going to be interesting down the stretch because there's still some, and this is what I like actually about the whole play-in wild card thing. It's because it creates pennant chases all the way to the end, basically.
It does.
Back in the day, once a division was sewn up, there was no way. I mean, some of the pennant races just became irrelevant.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And this format keeps the relevance of it in place.
It does, and it keeps those teams who are right around 500 a streak away from being a half a game out of the wild card again, which is always interesting, So, yeah, I mean that second wild card in the NL is going to be right around just over probably a 500 team, really. I mean, geez, they're going to be like an 85 to 90 win team. They're really not going to be that 92, 93 team win team that we saw last year. I'm pretty sure. If I jump back to the 22 wild cards in the NL were 98 wins and 97 wins. Holy shit.
Well, yeah. Well, hell, you got to look at it. Who were the best 2 teams in the NL last year? I mean, it was down to the wire with St. Louis and Chicago last year.
Yeah, they were both fantastic.
I mean, and then Chicago. Who won the division in that? Who won the division in the Central last year?
Cards, I think.
Cards,
yeah,
and the Cubs played
100 wins.
And then the Cubs were. I mean, actually, okay. I was thinking about the AL Central. I'm sorry,
no problem.
where the 3 teams in the AL Central had the best 3 records in the AL, and it was just like knocking them off left and right. KC,
yeah.
Cleveland and Detroit or something like that. I don't know if it was maybe no. I'm sorry, it was Pittsburgh. It was St. Louis, Cubbies, and Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh beat the Cubbies to get to the next round. And those 3 teams had the best record in the NFL in the National League. That's what it was.
Well, yeah, you look last year, the wild card was determined probably in early September.
Yes.
You look at it right here; it's a 13-game lead for the Cubs in that wild card, and then it's a 1-game lead in the AL with the. I mean, I'm just jumping back now. I'm already back all the way to 2011, just looking at the wild cards. I mean, it was 2012 is when they implemented it, the double wild card, but this will probably be the lowest win total for the second wild card since they've implemented it in the NL. Looking at it right now, just kind of skimming through. I mean, everyone's probably in the high 80s, and we might have a team right above 500. But you never know. That can change very quickly with a hot streak. And I'm not sure on schedules and stuff like that and how that all works out. But if any of the closer teams play each other. But it's going to be really interesting. And
Lance, do you like the 1-game play-in, or would you rather see that be a series?
Oh, I'd definitely rather see it be a series. I'd like to see a 3-game series.
3-game series?
Three would be perfect, I think. And I think you could cut maybe 2 games off the season by doing that and just do it straight tacked on.
Just do it 160 instead of 162.
Yeah, or 159 or however the scheduling works, and then just tack that right on to the end of the season. Because like the playing games right now, I'm pretty sure right after the end of the season. They're like 1 or 2 days. So like you can't line up a pitcher to pitch there. You have to like kind of maneuver if you think you're going to get in and you want your ace in that game. You got to kind of figure out how to get in with that,
Yeah, I think.
But I'd like to see a 3-game series because with the 3-game series, if that goes 3 games, there's a good chance you get your ace in there, and it'd be a much better barrier of just like eliminating all the fluke thing. I mean, it's all about sample size too. You want the better team to play that 5-game NLDS series, But it's not always going to happen with this format. But it's going to be tough to change that, I mean, it more likely they just add it on, actually, because then it's more revenue for the teams that are in it. But
they're already playing into late October in the World Series. I mean, they run into trouble getting maybe a possibility of snow, playing a game that's in the 20s. Couple
games off and add it on and do a 3-game series.
Yeah.
But Just a personal thing. I don't doubt that Manfred's going to change that. There's other things on his mind, I'm sure. But, yeah, I mean, I'd like to see 3. That'd be cool. Trying to look at, like, all right, so let's look at it this way.
Get on the train.
Hold on, everybody get ready.
Train.
We're jumping on the train.
Here goes my train.
Of the teams that are more than 4.5 games out of either wild card, which one do you think is the best shot? You got Yankees at 5 out. You got these are long shots, but Yankees at 5 out, Colorado at 6 out, Phillies at 6.5.
Colorado's got the best chance. I think the
so?
Colorado. I think the Rockies have the better chance.
I think I'd have to agree. Yeah, I think that they have a little more pitching depth than people give them credit for.
Yeah, I don't think the Yankees had the pitching. I think
Yeah.
Colorado has the better pitching of the 3.
Yeah.
Plus, they playing that freaking launching pad up there in Colorado.
Exactly.
They do, yeah. And I mean, like, you look back a couple years ago when, like, the Cards in 2012 jumped in, or 2011. 2011, they jumped in.
Yeah.
And they just streaked in September, and that was, so you can't write that off. The odds on it are very slim, but man, one of these teams gets out. Like, I mean, KC even too. Like, I don't like KC. I don't think they're very built to do anything, but you've seen them go on tears. We saw them go on a tear earlier in the year where they swept the White Sox in like 3-4 games. They're only 8 out. Like, they chip down on that in the next 15 days, get that to 6, and then they go into September 6 back. Like,
yeah,
they can streak. You can't count them out. It's very interesting to see with a lot of these teams. It's really hard to write any teams off, really. I mean, you could probably cut off the bottom 4 in each conference league, excuse me. But yeah, it's forward.
Man, my jug looks a lot bigger on this screen.
I was gonna say, is that?
Checking some
That
scores.
was almost a borderline statement, wasn't it?
And then Lance comes out with his big old water jug too.
It'll rival you. It's clear. But,
I just have a small blue cup, but it's what's in the cup that matters.
Nothing versus Chad Green. 1-0 KC over Detroit. That came on a Hosmer RBI ground out. That is Ian Kennedy versus Daniel Norris. Miami and Cincinnati, David Phelps has K'd 3 through 1 2/3. Also has given up a home run to Scott Schebler. It's a 1-1 game. And then 3-1. Oh, wow. I didn't see that happen.
Tampa, yeah.
Forsythe just hit a home run for the Rays. They're up 3-1.
Perdomo, whatever.
Luis.
3-1.
Per diem. Call him per diem.
He sucks.
He's an ex-Cardinal pitcher, actually.
He's got 39 pitches in 2 innings.
Per diem.
That's Logan Forsythe's 5th homer in 13 games.
Yeah, he's been on
The second
fire.
home run of the game he gave up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 282 average. He's been pretty good.
You know who's been killing it a little this year? Kind of like not even noticed is what's his name? Napoli.
Mike Napoli has been
You don't hear shit about
26,
Mike Napoli,
27 home runs, right?
but he's killing it right now.
He's been unbelievable. Like, just out of his mind, honestly. Like, he's a dark horse AL MVP candidate. You can't deny that with how murky that crop of people is. I think we were talking about that. But
he's like the new Jim Thome in Cleveland.
he is, yeah. He's having a little resurgence here. He's getting old too. This might be one of his last really good years before something else laps up on him and he breaks something or whatever. But yeah, he's been unbelievable. Mike Napoli's been a stud this year. Absolute stud. He's helped that team a ton, especially with Brantley out. Middle of the order back.
Brantley just can't seem to get healthy. I don't know what his problem is.
Yeah.
I mean, they get healthy.
Yeah, he's out for the season too. They announced that right with the stand being out for the season.
Okay.
Man, I don't know with him. I mean, he's got more long-term problems than anything, I think. I mean, the weird thing is that he came back for a little this year, if you remember, like a 4-game, 5-game series or something like that, which is kind of odd to me. Like, unless he was actually genuinely healthy and he came back and then re-injured it swinging, I just don't see why you'd even take the chance on that. Like, why wouldn't you just shut him down for longer? Like, it seems like they just really wanted him to come back and they doubted their outfield depth. But if you look at their outfield production this year, I mean, Tyler Nackman's been pretty good. okay. Chisenhall is Chisenhall, but it's not as nearly as bad as some other teams. And I mean, they're still in it. And I mean, it's interesting to think of if Brantley was healthy, how good they'd be this year.
Well, again, they got the best record in the AL right now. So I mean, they're not. It's not like they're sucking wind. It's they've got a 5-game lead in that division, I think is what it is. Over the Tigers. I think it's a 5-game lead over the Tigers. Maybe not after today because the Tigers are playing tonight too.
4.5
today.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's 6 weeks left in the season. So I'm sitting here holding my breath and crossing my fingers at this point. I think they minimum get wild card, and I don't think there's any other team that can come up in the Central to challenge for the wild card. I would much rather see them win the division so they play a series as opposed to a play-in game.
Yeah, because that's where their strength is too. Their strength is in this series format because of the rotation. They got Danny Salazar coming back, I think Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. That's a big boost. Hopefully they didn't rush him back. You really need him for the postseason. You don't even need him so much now. They've had a lot of spot starts. Mike Tomlin has been really good this year for you guys.
Plus they just came off. They just came off a 4-game sweep of the weekend. Of course, they dropped the game to Boston today at home. But that's just the first game of the series, so who knows? Yeah,
I mean, it's been very interesting, too. I mean, one of the things I just lost it. I was just thinking of it. Damn it. I'll think of it. Let me just fill here. I was going to say something. What was I going to say? Oh, Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller and Cody Allen. So that was a big trade that went down. They got Frazier over to the Yanks. I mean, we did some trade deadline recap, but one of the more interesting trends from that trade that I don't think a lot of people have been realizing is that Andrew Miller isn't really the closer. And he's kind of one of the only guys in baseball who's been very he's pitched as a role. Yeah. And I've been wondering, I've heard from I listened to a ton of podcasts, a lot of Fangraphs guys, and I've kind of bridged off them, and I'm starting to believe it more and more, is that I think the Indians might be setting a trend in the world of lefty relievers with a closer and kind of playing matchups. Because if they can do this effectively, and they get far in the postseason, as we've seen with every other team, trends catch on with success. Yeah. The Royals, it's a classic example in the last couple of years. But if the Indians can make it far in the postseason using this method of going however, really playing matchups, and then for 2 innings, 6 and 7, 7 and 8, and then Cody Allen 9, that could be something that you see next year. And it could be the standard next year. Saves could become almost non-existent. You probably never, if this happens in sense to pick up over the next couple of years, you're never going to see another guy with 45 to 50 saves because you're going to be playing matchups the whole time. Every team's going to have 2 bullpens or 2 closers. And I think that's interesting to watch what they've done because, I mean, everyone in the fantasy universe, because saves are so big, kind of just Miller came over and everyone's like, shit, now I got to dump my Cody Allen stock. He's not going to get saves and stuff. Yeah. But he's gotten saves. And, I mean, they've traded off. But, I mean, the 2 innings of Miller, you could get a reliever that could throw 25 to 30 pitches and be that effective. Man, that is a whole new can of worms. And for every team to consider is to do this.
Especially if he's only going to see 6 or 7 batters at a time.
Yeah, you won't wrap around the order.
He's not going to wrap around the lineup, and it's not going to be. They're not going to be able to get a feel for him as they come around the second time.
And that's why I think they're so terrifying in a series format with the Indians, is because they have 3 very good starters in Salazar, Kluber, and Carrasco. Yeah. And they can get through. They can force themselves through 6 or 7 innings. There's not a lot of pitchers that can do that. But if there's something that I think is very underrated as a pitcher, it's something that Price does all the time.
Is Kluger the favorite to win the Cy Young in the AL this year?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to bring that up in a bit. Actually, I was thinking
it'd be a second in 3 years.
There's just the AL Cy Young pitcher is so murky because you really don't have any of the elite guys that we thought would be elite. You don't have Price and you don't have Archer in the conversation. Right. You don't have a lot of those other guys. But you have you have Kluber, and then you have a bunch of other guys who inflated with wins. And who've had in my opinion, very weirdly just out of nowhere seasons. And I'm thinking of J.A. Happ with his 14 wins. And I'm thinking a little bit here for the Orioles, but again, it has the 14, 15 wins, and it's inflated his value kind of to some extent. But I mean, they haven't been pitching bad at all. But if you want to look at pure pitching performance, Kluber's there. And the other one that I think almost I'd argue ahead of Kluber right now is Aaron Sanchez of the Blue Jays, who doesn't have nearly as many wins as Happ. But as far as from a pure skill standpoint on the best pitcher in the AL, it's really tough to argue against Aaron Sanchez. He's been so consistent all year. And the Blue Jays, and he's pitched over the last couple of weeks, and I'm pretty sure he's around probably that 120 inning mark. He's probably coming close to his cap. But Aaron Sanchez has been a really, really good pitcher that I don't think a lot of people really know about. He's very young, and I mean, this kid could be a stud going forward. 24 years old. He's on 152 innings already. Man.
What about Mookie Betts hitting 3 home runs?
Mookie Betts. Oh my God.
Again.
Mookie Betts again. Yeah. He seems to have these games where he just everything clicks and the Red Sox score 16 runs on 24 hits.
He has an MLB The Show moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Where you turn it to rookie with 3 home runs and 3 at-bats. Yeah. It's just he's been unbelievable. Yeah, he's I mean, the thing is, too, you can't weigh it solely on one game, too. And I understand that all these – he did, but I'm saying, like, the resurgence of him in the AL MVP talk came this morning or last night after that game. They didn't come 3 days ago, all right? Everyone was talking Trout, Zach Britton maybe, another Cy Young possibility because of how well he's pitched. But Mookie Betts, he's been great. He's been fantastic. But I want to maybe look at I think that lineup is just so stacked that he's had so many more chances. I'd like to see how many times he's had runners in scoring position and if he's actually doing better than the league average or if he's just had so many chances that he's inflating his counting stats. Right. He's been great, and I think he's definitely top 5, top 3 probably. I might be selling short a little bit, but I don't want to know. I don't really know if he's the MVP right now. 313 average, 26 and 18 is very good. His OBP isn't nearly as high as some other guys. 5.7 WAR. He's been a very good defender, so he's probably top 2, top 3 right now. Right. But I'd like to see Trout. I just think that the Red Sox lineup is so good that it's very tough to pick out one guy and say he's the best. Because I mean, you set Mookie for a week, that team could still score 14 runs. You know. Right. So Mike Trout's 311 with a much higher OBP, a higher WAR. Yeah, my pick would probably be Trout right now, walking a lot more.
Did it, though, was May 31st, right?
Mookie with the 3 home runs? Yeah. And I mean, that's another thing, too, is like he's inflated his stats a little bit. I'm not trying to be a Red Sox hater here, but I am actually a little bit. But he's inflated his stats with these games where his extra 2 home runs mean nothing. 2 games and he hits another home run. And I mean, you look at Trout walks 10% more than him. Trout's got a 50 points higher on the OBP, a full point WAR better, very similar counting stats. And Trout's on a terrible team. No offense to the Angels, but they're bad. They're a very bad team, and he's carrying that team. And I think that's much more impressive. For him to have the counting stats he has on a team that scored, I'd complete guess 200 less runs. I'll take a look right now and see, but let me see team batting stats runs scored. Red Sox have 640. Angels have 115. So a team that scored 115 less runs and Mike Trout is the exact same run total as Mookie Betts. Mike Trout's my MVP probably. I don't really. I'm always against pick the guy that made the playoffs with his team. I'm always been against that, just because I just think it's a player individual stat, it's not a team stat. So yeah, Mike Trout probably my MVP pick in the AL. NL. Man, the Corey Seager case is getting moderately interesting. I know he's already kind of locked up Rookie of the Year, but him in LA, he's been fantastic this season.
Comes another one.
Chugga. Hey, Lance, you like the new platform, buddy?
Yeah, it's good. I do.
Our new home.
This is where we're gonna be for a while, unless stuff changes on us.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Hey, we're leasing out the place for $15 a month.
That's right. actually, we're living in it rent-free for 30 days.
That's true.
Try it out.
That's true.
That's what we're doing.
We got that first month free rent. We didn't have to pay first and last.
That's right. We got a month free rent to figure out whether we want to stay here or not.
Thumbs up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this is great.
So good. So far, so good.
We haven't
so far, so good. I did a 2-hour show last night, my usual Sunday night show, Lance, and we had no glitches whatsoever.
Now, here's the thing.
Good.
We haven't done anything crazy today. We didn't share screen.
Right.
When you bounce out, it's gonna be our first test.
Yeah.
Cool. No problem. Yeah.
If your screen goes black and nobody else can come in, then that glitch is still there.
Right.
If you go out and somebody else can come back into a screen,
Right.
then the glitch is no longer
Kevin,
there.
get ready because we're going to bring you on as soon as Lance leaves. So get
Who?
ready, Kevin.
Kevin's not even in the room.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
I still see him.
I see him too.
I see him, but if you look at the list of
I look
on
at the
the
list
app
of people.
in the little message box,
Yeah. Well, he has
his name is not in there.
he hasn't probably typed in a while, but if you go over to the eye, it says he's in the room.
Well, nobody else has typed in a while, and everybody's on that list.
Yeah. So nobody's typed in a long time. So, but if you go to the eye where it shows you.
No,
everybody
I
in the
know
room,
that.
yeah.
I see that part. But if
So,
you go to the @ sign in the little chat box, it'll throw up a list of 5 people that are currently available to chat with.
Yeah, so you might not be here now. Yeah, you might not be here now. That's okay. No big deal. We'll just have Lance do it. That's all.
No, Brett's in here, isn't he?
Oh,
Yeah,
is Brett
Brett's
in
in
here?
Yeah, Brett's in here.
Okay, we'll have Brett do it. That's all. No big deal.
And we'll do it after. We could do it after the show. It's no big deal.
So, Lance, this is our home for a while. Hope you enjoy it.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, thanks for showing up on our
Sure.
First show on here. Woo.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Gotta love it.
Definitely. Let me know what the draft order is for when that comes out Wednesday, and I'll see you guys next week.
It'll be
Sounds
on.
good,
It'll be
Lance.
on the Maniac side. All right, buddy. Take
Awesome.
care.
Here goes Mr. Lance. I hope he did that himself because I sure as hell didn't.
He did it himself.
Yeah, he did. He did it
I
himself.
like that. Hey, Smurf, Brett, I just invited you to join.
Yeah, so
See
did
what
I.
happens. See if that rat bastard will come in here. And then we'll get out of here. They have.
So anyway, while he's
Our
coming in,
maiden voyage show here on Sports World Radio on Huzzah.
who's on?
Huzzah.
Huzzah. Actually, Elliot's waiting for the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, I actually sent the email asking them what the phonetic pronunciation of the word is.
Right.
That way I get it exactly right.
Right.
Where's Brett?
I don't
Does he
know.
not know how to click on an accept button?
I don't know. Invite broadcast. I don't know. He's here. So just the 4 of us. Well, no big deal. We don't have to figure it out today. We can worry about it next time. You know?
There'll be plenty of time to check it out. I mean,
Yeah.
Wednesday we're going to be getting
Yeah,
out.
we can do it. We can do a test tomorrow also
Yeah.
because we need to test the Facebook Live
Yeah,
as well.
we can do that tomorrow too. All right, let's get the flock out of here then. What do you say?
All right, let's
Sounds
do
like
it.
a wiener.
I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. We had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Sports World Radio. Until then, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. Don't forget, life may suck. The alternative is unacceptable. For Lance Brozdowski, Scott the Sports Nerd, Elliot Big E Lamba, I'm Jeff Escal. This has been Sports World Radio.
To Sports World Radio, the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet with your hosts, Jeff Escal
He pushed
and
the wrong
Elliot
button.
Lamba.
Oh, well.
We almost made it.
Looking for the inside track on everything sports? You've come to the right place. Welcome